Hello friends, how are you today? Well, today I thought we could take a quick look at the Schumann resonance, talk about the energies, and talk about what it's like for us as human beings, how they might be affecting us. It's so fascinating on the chart right now because you have these incredible cool blue spaces in the chart. And it just, well, first of all, it's so beautiful. I mean, the chart is so beautiful, but just look at this. Like, I want to show you what I was thinking about when I looked at this. So let me just back up for a second and say this is a chart of the Schumann resonances. They're in a range from 0 to 40 hertz, which is the left side of the chart here. And then these are the hours on the bottom. And this is an energy that's in the air. It's from the surface of the planet to the top of the atmosphere. And it coincidentally is in the same range as human brainwaves. For that and several other reasons, I like to look at this as a map of human consciousness. And then I relate it to the individual level, and I relate it to kind of broader trends at times as well. So this level right here, see where the 8 is here? This level right here is about the natural frequency of the Earth, which is 7.83, I think, or is it 7.86? So usually, even if there's not a lot of activity going on, this line is still, usually this is pretty green here. And it's actually not, like it's just, you see the impression, but it's very blue. There's barely any green at all. Usually this is a solidish green line. And really the only action going on the chart is this wave of, it's a weird vertical wave, like not a usual wave of energy between, I don't know, 9 to 10 a.m. and 18, about the same time every day on the chart for repeatedly for some time here. But what's happened in the last few days is that the chart has just completely cleared. And you have this incredible blue. You have this vertical wave of repeated bars, rods of energy, and then the blue, and then now see, I'm making this in the middle of the night, my time, so you have this kind of interesting shape here. You get a little bit more of the green here. Okay, so I wanted to show you something interesting going on with the black charts, with the frequencies, amplitudes, and qualities. So this is the frequency chart, and you can see that there's the frequencies are, they're dipping, right, when the the wave of the vertical wave comes in for several hours. And then there's a flatness to them between those right now. Okay, less so in the green, but definitely in the rest of the resonances, but still a little bit in the green. And now this is what I want to show you. Check this out. Look at the amplitudes. It's so amazing. Here we have 1. I think the low is 1, yeah, for every resonance. And so the resonances are so low here in amplitude, the power or strength in between this daily vertical wave is extremely low. It has almost no energy or power to it. And that's my dog. I have to sometimes get him to stop doing things when I'm recording. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's almost no power. It's very low amplitudes. And this is really, really interesting. The amplitudes are so low that there's barely any color on the chart between these vertical waves, right? That's why there's barely any color. But there's another reason as well, which is that while the amplitudes are low, and I've been talking about this, but it's extremely marked right now. The qualities are also really low. Look at this. Like this is less than 5. Let's see here. Yep, we get between 5 and 6 here in red. Mostly between 5 and 6 in green, and the same in yellow. So the only rise up in qualities is during these vertical waves, but yet the qualities are still low because we're only looking at 12, 11, 9 or 10 and 14. And those are pretty low, numbers. And so what that means, as I've said, recently about the qualities, is the energy is very there's a lot of distortion. It's very sort of spread out. And then it gets some clarity comes through, but it's still not spiking very high, right, with these vertical waves. So even though we have a more powerful energy coming in these segments here, even though it's a bit more powerful, a bit more clear, but really not that much. Let's look at the strength here. Okay, so we did get a spike to 47 and 22 in the red and 30 and 15. Okay, so that's a bit low in green, but the second series on this chart is less powerful, so just up to 28. And then, see here, that's around 10. This here is around, that's still 20. Nope, this is still about 20 to 28. This here, 12 to 18, and then below 10. So there was one spike that was pretty meaningful here at 12 o'clock. But besides that, even the amplitudes aren't that strong. Okay. So now what I wanted to just mention was, what's the personal effect here? Like, how do we experience this? Well, it's really, really fascinating, I think. And that is that I feel that there's almost a feeling of being unhooked from our usual reality. And it's interesting because this is sort of the Lion's Gate energy. It's essentially, there's a conjunction with the galactic center. I don't have all the details of it with me, but it happens every year. It's supposed to be the end of the galactic year. I don't remember all the details at this moment, but it starts at the end of July and it goes through August, and the energy always feels so good at this time, to me anyway. And right now on the chart, what I see is that with all this clear blue, it's like we're unhooked from our daily reality. So our daily reality is usually that we're having an experience in these frequency bands, okay? And so we still are having the experience, but the power is so low and the clarity is so low that it's like we're in the experience, but we're unhooked. It's like a little bit of a disassociative energy, because you're still experiencing the frequency, but without the energy, without the clearness. What it really does is it gives us an opportunity to rest. It almost really calls for rest. I know, oh my God, my body is like aching for rest today. And of course, I haven't really rested to the extent that my body wants to rest. And then I met up with somebody and they were talking about how much they really wanted to rest and how tired they were. It's kind of interesting. But so we're still having this, we're having an experience in the frequency band, right? So rest is one possibility that we want to do here, because we're unhooked, right? It gives us space. And the thing about having space, having that rest, when we're not being bombarded with clear or powerful energy, is that it gives us the opportunity to sort of wander and flow in our own consciousness, in our own personal connection with the divine within, in our thoughts or in our emotions, in our sensations, whatever, appeals the most to you or whatever's your forte. And some people are more emotional, some people are more mental. So it gives us a time to just kind of meander and wander and consider as well. And so this is a unique energy right now that we're experiencing. And so I just really wanted to note it while we're having still so much of this clear blue. We get a little bit back of the green here, but still pretty bare. The covers are bare. The chart is bare. Now, in terms of the vertical lines, I just wanted to say this is really interesting because I'm trying to consider what this is like for us, right? And just think about this, okay? First of all, some of these lines have really dramatic, beautiful colors in them. Especially like here, there's purples, there's flecks of all these different colors, and especially the purples in here, okay? And what this is about is layers of meaning. Here's another one of these divine pings that I talked about in my last video, where the divine pings us is what I talked about there. But think about this. Each of these rods of energy, whether they're dominated by green or white or a lot of red and yellow or purple, they are going in one moment, they're going the entire spectrum of the Schumann, the entire range of hertz from 0 to 40. So for example, think about it this way, like here at, 9:15, there's an energy that comes in, okay? And it goes through the length, the set of human brain waves, all at the same time. Okay, so it's got the unconscious, the subconscious, the alpha, the beta, mid, low, high beta, and gamma, boom, all at the same time. And then again and again and again and again and again with each line. And then here we get the powerful, this is the 47 power here. And this is the 47 power. And this is what I talked about in this moment, we're able to bring things into focus because we have more power, energy, and clearness, right? For a moment or, for half an hour here. It's about 30 minutes. And then again, boom, 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 like each vertical line. So it's interesting because no matter where you're at as a human being, like no matter or if you're asleep at these, where on the planet you are, whether you're sleeping, whether you're meditating, whether you're in your daily life, whether you're having a spiritual experience, this energy touches us. It's accessible to us, right? Because if you think about it here like this, okay? So see this energy right here, right? And it's got these beautiful colors, and it's that divine ping I talked about. Well, you see how it's most dominant from it. It's really most dominant here in the subconscious and then into the waking alpha state here. So if that's where you're at in the brainwaves at that moment in time, then that's accessible to you. And there's a timeless quality to these energies. I'm not going to go into explaining that right now, why that is, but it's my view that there is a now moment aspect to this so that, it's available to us on the chart for some period of, the energies on the chart are available to us for some period of time. That's beyond, this few minutes that this lasted on the chart. But you see what I'm saying here is that the colors, were in that level of brainwaves, and then after that it was green, and then it was blue. And so it petered off, if you will. It sort of, the uniqueness of this energy transmission was really in the subconscious and alpha, and maybe someone's just not in that frame of mind. Maybe they're not able to connect with the subconscious. Maybe they're not in a place where they're going to bring the subconscious to consciousness. But so this is what I'm contrasting. But here, right, when you get these lines of energy that are just boom, almost from 0 or half of a hertz up to 40 hertz, like it's got you. Like this is available to all of us in the moment, no matter what you're doing, right? If you're alive, it's accessible. And it's interesting because Cliff High, again, in one of his comments, I look at his Telegram. His Telegram is Sci-Fi World, by the way. And I was looking at his comment recently. Actually, I think it was sometime today, Wednesday. I'm making this Wednesday night. But and he was talking about we're all being bombarded by these strange energies from space. And so, you have to wonder, what is this? Is this some kind of transmission? Are we in some part of the cosmos where, like, once a day we pass by something that's, that we pick up in the Schumann? Is it something that we're generating from ourselves? Do all of us just turn on and connect with each other for these times of days? Like, all this energy looks natural. It doesn't look technological. And I would include cosmic energies as being natural too, right? So I don't know what it is, but I just thought it was interesting that I had read him saying that today, and it's just so clear that these energies are coming in once a day for several hours, and it's been happening quite a lot. So enjoy the moment. The song that came to me was Tom Petty, Free Falling. When I was thinking about these spaces of blue, and, in that song, it's just kind of, he's talking about just floating free, attached to nothing. And to me, there's a little bit of that feeling of being unhooked from our daily normal reality in these energies. So, so enjoy. Enjoy it while it lasts.